Because I know a lot of people in Michigan that are planning to vote for Trump, and they don't necessarily like him that much, and they don't necessarily agree with him. They're not racist and rednecks, they're actually pretty decent people. And so I wanted to sort of, after talking to a number of them, I wanted to write this. And Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see. No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that to these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, the Brexit states. You live here in Ohio, you know what I'm talking about. Whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant, because he's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why every beaten down, nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called the middle class loves Trump. He is the human Molotov cocktail that they've been waiting for. The human hand grenade that they can legally throw into the system that stole their lives from them. And on November 8th, Election Day, although they lost their jobs, although they've been foreclosed on by the bank, next came the divorce, and now the wife and kids are gone, the car's been repoed, they haven't had a real vacation in years, they're stuck with the shitty Obamacare bronze plan where you can't even get a fucking Percocet. They've essentially lost everything they had, except one thing. The one thing that doesn't cost them a cent and is guaranteed to them by the American Constitution, the right to vote. They might be penniless, they might be homeless, they might be fucked over and fucked up. It doesn't matter, because it's equalized on that day. A millionaire has the same number of votes as the person without a job. One. And there's more of the former middle class than there are in the millionaire class. So on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting booth, be handed a ballot, close the curtain, and take that lever, or felt pen or touchscreen, and put a big fucking X in the box by the name of the man who has threatened to upend and overturn the very system that has ruined their lives. Donald J. Trump. They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him, and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy is who I'm voting for on November 8th. Yes, on November 8th, you, Joe Blow, Steve Blow, Bob Blow, Billy Bob Blow, all the blows get to go and blow up the whole goddamn system because it's your right. Trump's election is going to be the biggest fuck you ever recorded in human history. And it will feel good.
Am I good? All right, there I am. All right, had some freezing issues with the camera. I don't know what is going on tonight, so I moved myself over a little bit. A lot of freezing going on. I'm not sure why it's doing that. If it does it again while I'm live, I'll I'll just have to take a break and try to figure it out. Yeah, I think it's good now. It should be. I mean, it looks good on my screen. So I apologize in advance. But yeah, we are back. It has been a month and a half, or maybe a little bit over a month since we last streamed. I think. I've just been busy with work, with life. This is kind of a secondary thing I do. The family biz, 6 days a week, kind of takes a hold. It's more than a job; it's a life. If you ever worked in a family-owned business, so that's where most of my time goes. But I'm trying to get back into it now. Starting in the new year, I'm going to kind of move things around in my schedule to try to get some more live streams going. And we'll see if it works or not. I don't know. We're definitely going to be starting a little earlier as we've been doing tonight. We usually start about 10, sometimes even 10:15. But I'm gonna try to shoot closer and closer to 9. A little bit late tonight because some technical difficulties. But I do want to shoot closer to 9 p.m. But I'll update all you guys. You guys can check out my X and Getter and Truth and all that linked in the description below. I did announce that I'm no longer be doing reaction videos on this channel. Live streams are a little bit different if I get like a recommendation or something like that. But on this channel particularly, no more reaction videos. They'll be on its own separate channel, Cav Reacts, which is linked in the description below, as well as my gaming channel. And that's another thing. I say I haven't been live for a month. That's not entirely true. Politics, I haven't been live in a month, but we've been doing a lot of stuff on the video game channel. It's been a good time, a little break from politics. I've just been so sick of politics. I'm starting to get back into it now. Watching Steve Bannon's show and all that. But it was just for a while. I just didn't care. It was like I had no positive or negative reaction of things happening in the news. You just get like that. Israel and Gaza. I'm like, I got nothing to say. I don't have anything to say. Did you see that Elon Musk clip? Yes, I've seen the Elon Musk clip. Everyone and their GD mother posted that clip. I've seen the clip. It's like it's just more the same thing. A lot of the memers and people like Benny Johnson and some of the other guys, good guys, but it's just they just kind of screen cap each other and repost the same thing over and over. I know that's what you got to do to get the views and the clicks. Like I get that's why they do it. But it's just like you got to shut it off after a while. So we've been doing some stuff on my gaming channel because it was like, look, I want to go live. I just don't want to do politics. So let's do some gaming, I've been pretty active actually over on my gaming channel at Cav_arcade, linked in the description below. A lot of people don't seem to think I'm pulling their leg about the description below. I had somebody message me and says, where the hell is your getter? Like, first of all, let's chill with the language. Like, and second of all, it's in the description. I'm not lying to you. Click show more. It's there. I promise. Along with all my gaming stuff, which we'll be getting back into maybe next weekend. We're kind of doing Christmas a little early with my family this weekend, and then we're having like a second Christmas with the other part of the family after that. So I don't know what's happening. Christmas weekend is actually the weekend that I'll probably have a day free or two. We'll see. Again, everything will be on my social media. I'll link all that crap. But yeah, we are here. We're back. We're still on YouTube for now. After 7 hard strikes, I haven't received the hard strike in a little while. I'm a little disappointed. We'll see what happens. But that's why I always encourage everybody to head over to Rumble. Rumble is getting better and better. They have Rumble Studio coming out soon. It's supposed to be like their Streamlabs kind of. I'm going to be able to multi-stream for no extra cost from what I'm told. I think it's like it is $10 a month to even stream on Rumble, which is a little pricey, but I get it. Streamlabs ask for a fee, and some other programs similar to Streamlabs ask for a fee to stream, so I get it. But they are doing they will be doing Rumble Studio. They will be doing some new thing. They just had a big update, huge update. And they're getting there. Rumble's the place to be. Everything's popping off. Gaming's popping off, which I love. I love to see more gaming on Rumble. The community's been great so far. I met some people over there, talking to some people over there. It's the play. It's like, get all, come on. Like, I appreciate the support on YouTube, and we're gonna keep kicking it with YouTube. But again, I'm not a big streamer. You guys can see that. Already received 7 hard strikes. I just don't think I'm gonna be long. Have a long streaming career on YouTube. If I was a betting man. But today I just wanted to go to live real quick. Just talk about a few things, just because I haven't been live in forever. It's funny because I haven't been paying attention to politics, and now getting back into it, I'm just like, where'd Ron DeSantis go? They apparently dropped him, because before my feed was just all Ron DeSantis influencers, and now it's nothing but Nikki Haley influencers, which I didn't even realize was a thing. I didn't know they existed, but they apparently do now. There is a huge push for Nikki Haley now, I guess because I see Ron DeSantis. He hasn't had a bump since he announced. Quite the opposite. He's been going down. He's been going down since, I think, January might have been his peak, maybe December, where he had like 30-something%. He was somewhat competitive with Trump. Still trailing, but somewhat competitive. And ever since then, he's been dropping. He's single digits in a lot of the polls now. A lot of different states, Nikki Haley is beating him. There's even 1 or 2 where Vivek's beating him. It's safe to say he's not the powerhouse that they thought he was going to be. And the neocons, the elites, they never really cared. They were just looking for someone to take down Trump, and they thought they could use DeSantis to do that. But now they realize they can't, so now they're pushing Nikki Haley, and that's all over the place. We're going to be talking about that in the latest poll. It was also a lot of woke comic book. I said comic books, but it's really a lot of media in general. The Doctor Who thing. I don't watch Doctor Who. I've never watched it. I thought about getting into it, but after seeing this latest special, I don't think that's something I'm going to be doing. I feel bad for the fans for how much they wokeified it. Border crisis, which they want to keep pretending is not a crisis. We got some new videos on that, and a little bit of election fraud. So we won't be on YouTube for that. We'll head over to Rumble. Not quite yet, but we'll get to that. But I just noticed on my screen before I went live, Alex Jones apparently has a announcement for X. Oops, wrong screen. What did I do here? I screwed something up. There we go. But yeah, let's see what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, December 12th, 2023, and it is in...
And just for context, just get Alex Jones is reinstated on YouTube, or excuse me, on X, formerly known as Twitter. Elon Musk let him back. They had a big Twitter space, a lot of big names in there. They talked about the Sandy Hook thing and all that stuff. And I guess Tucker's interview and all that, and talking to him one-on-one changed Elon's mind. Which should have, because it's free speech. You can say, oh, that's ridiculous for him even insinuating that it was a hoax. And it was, but he almost immediately apologized. Sorry, I thought I heard something. My bad. He almost immediately apologized, and he took it back, and he explained himself. But even if he didn't, it's freedom of speech. You can say it's disgusting and dumb and horrible and all that, sure. But it's freedom of speech. But here's him with a new announcement on X.
In the evening, and we are sending you this special report that is premiering exclusively here on X. What an incredible 3 or 4 days we've seen where Elon Musk had the big poll, 70% of the people voted to reinstate us. I did a 2.5-hour spaces with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and General Flynn and so many other amazing people. We talked about the New World Order, the globalist plan to depopulate us. I asked Elon Musk, what should the name of the resistance be? And he was like, I'm not sure. And I said, how about Team Humanity? He agreed. This is epic, ladies and gentlemen. This is an incredible time to be alive. So I've been on air 29 years, and I have my syndicated radio show weekdays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central at Infowars.com/show, and it's on radio stations around the country. But following the footsteps of Tucker Carlson, I want to launch Alex Jones 2.0, Alex Jones on X. So Most days, I'm talking about 7 days a week. Sometimes I may be at home, I may be on the road. A lot of times I'll be here in studio like I am now. I'm going to shoot 5 to 15 minute reports. I'm never going to make them longer than that, or at least most of the time. So I'll have a special guest. And I'm going to come in here after my daily show, after everything's happened, and boil it all down to 5 to 15 minutes. And tonight's going to be quick. I want to just hit a few of the big stories that are out there. But I first just wanted to make the announcement. If you want to get exclusive breaking news and analysis that obviously Big Brother and the deep state doesn't want you to have, the place to get it, and the place to get it right when it comes out, is Real Alex Jones on Twitter. Then if you want to find the full show and the other great InfoWars shows like Owen Schroyer, former political prisoner, now out of prison after he was sent to jail for his free speech, and of course the great Harrison Smith and so many others, simply go to Infowars.com/show. But original, hard-hitting news and analysis, I'm planning to go 7 days a week, I already do basically, will be now found here at X as long as we're able to continue to do this. Now, before I hit a few of these news items tonight, I want to just express to everybody how blessed I am and how thankful I am to all of you, not just across America, but around the world, who stood up for me in the last 5 years of my deplatforming, because you understood the precedent was being set to take everybody else offline, and that's happened. And except for Rumble and places like InfoWars and now X to a great extent, there are no other open and free platforms. And as Elon Musk has said, we're like back to the internet 5-6 years ago, where unless it's illegal, hacking or stalking or illegal porn, unless it's illegal, it is free to go here on X, so we don't have to be self-censored. Now, remember what happened with Big Pharma. They lied to us about the origin of the virus. They lied to us about therapeutics. They lied to us about the efficacy of the experimental gene therapy that really wasn't even a vaccine. We're all vindicated. And the fact is, there's a global mass awakening, the Great Awakening, happening right now. But the deep state is going to strike back. So the first thing I wanted to hit was Zelensky of Ukraine is here in the United States right now. And Zelensky is demanding $106 billion more from Congress. But even the Drudge Report ran the headline, Z for defeat, Biden aid package risks collapse, Ukraine on cusp of losing war. I want to be 100% clear. I'm not on the Russian side. I'm not on the Ukrainian side. I'm on the side of not having nuclear war and truth and peace. And NATO knew when this all started almost 2 years ago in February. So just it'll be 2-year anniversary.
All right, we don't need to watch this whole show. I just want to see the announcement part. So he's going to be doing exclusive videos from what he sounds going to be. I mean, this one's short, I think, too. 13 minutes. So he's going to be doing anywhere from 5 to 15 minute clips, whatever you want to call them, short shows. I guess he's still doing his main InfoWars show and all that stuff. I know he's got something going on with Steven Crowder. But I guess he's doing this kind of short segment show exclusively on X. At Real Alex Jones. You can go follow him over there. Yeah, I just want to see that now. I didn't want to get in like this whole show thing because it's like, go watch his show, But yeah, that is, he just posted that just, 10 minutes ago, let's say. Pretty fresh. I like how it's he's just going right into it. X it's not perfect. I was already suspended for misgendering. I got to be careful here because we're still live on YouTube. I was misgendering. What's the right one now? Hold on. It's Elliot Page now, right? Elliot Page, who was formerly Ellen Page. Dead naming. So I got suspended for dead naming. Which is bullcrap. It's X isn't perfect. It's getting there, and you say like, yeah, well, some people were unsuspended. Yeah, the bigger accounts that has Elon Musk attention, like I know Matt Walsh's documentary was banned for a while for misgendering, and they got that going again. But for everyday people like me, we're still going to be banned for doing things like that, like misgendering, and some people were talking about there's certain election fraud things they won't let you have on X. So It's still a little messy. It's not perfect. It's getting there. It's it's not like Getter or Truth where you can or Gab where you can really speak your mind and say whatever the hell you want as long as it's within the confines of the law. Gab probably being the most true to the First Amendment. As long as you're not breaking the law, calling for death threats or anything like that, you're allowed to say what you want. But X is getting there. I'm glad they're doing what they're doing, letting Alex Jones back on. I don't like him very much, like at all, but Nick Fuentes is apparently still banned. They should let him back. I'm not sure why he was banned originally. I guess I would have to see the reason why he was banned, but to my knowledge, he wasn't calling for violence against anyone. He's just annoying to me. He's like an annoying little kid. I know I mean, he's probably, I guess he's like 12 years younger than me. But still a kid to me. I find him very annoying. He's just, I don't know, just like smirkiness, and he's always has weird takes like, the Jews are not so good, and I would like a 16-year-old girlfriend. I'm like, dude, no, stop talking. No, that's not a good take. I find him annoying and weird, but it's free speech. He should be back on X. And I'm glad he at least took got Alex Jones back on. We have one or two more videos to watch before we get back on, or we go exclusively to Rumble. Like I said, you guys send me anything on X, on Getter, on Truth, whatever it may be, I will watch it. I don't think I've seen this yet. I heard about it. I have not seen the clip. Apparently Dave Rubin went on Bill Maher and talking about DeSantis comeback. That's not going to happen. See.
Well, no, I'm looking at it because I assume if he's the nominee, you will vote for this. You're going to vote for the Republican,
I
right?
want Ron DeSantis to be president.
I know, but it's going to be Trump.
We don't know.
Well, 41. So he's going to make up 41 points?
41 points. I mean, I look at these polls. Like, the polls are from 700 people via text.
Okay, who's
it's
lying
over the course
now?
of 2 weeks.
Who's lying now? You think DeSantis is going to beat Trump for the nomination? Or Nikki Haley?
I told you who I want to, and I don't know what's going to happen, but nobody knows what's going to happen.
I
think if he wins Iowa, then anything's possible.
So, Michael, George Santos is having a better year than Ron DeSantis. Okay? DeSantis is throwing spaghetti against the
guy, by the way.
He's coming on Bill Maher. He's trying to debate news.
Hey, wait a second. Am I the wall here?
No, but if a right-wing Republican that comes on here, he's desperate. You pointed it out when I saw the clip of him on the show. The fact that if you were ahead, you wouldn't be here.
Carville, that's
But he did exactly. No. He did
he-
exactly what we all want candidates to do, which is talk to the other side.
Right.
So I was here that day with
Yes,
you,
I remember.
and I think it was for him
we
to
want
be
to talk
here
to the other
and lay
side?
out his case is actually what we all want.
taking
Isn't it what you were just asking for?
Taking advantage of desperate politicians is my business model.
It's good. I don't like Bill Maher. I think conservatives use him way too much. Like, oh, Bill Maher just went to town on this dude, no homo. And he's a lefty. He's a far lefty. He every once in a while he'll like say something where you're like, oh wow, that's pretty intelligent actually. Yeah, that's right. And then the very next day he says something so retarded. You're like, yeah, that's Bill Maher. Yeah, you got to remind me every once in a while. But I mean, he's not wrong about that. I mean, DeSantis is not going to beat Trump. That's just whether you like it or not. And it should be an easy answer. Are you going to support Trump if he's the nominee? If you care about this country, you care about saving America, it should be yes. I was like, oh, would you vote for DeSantis if DeSantis won legitimately? Then yeah, I would vote for him over Joe Biden. I want to do it with a smile on my face. Want to do it with a smile on my face at all. But you got to be effing sick to think that Joe Biden would be better than any of the candidates running right now. I mean, there's some people like Chris Christie and Nikki Haley. I don't think there would be any difference whatsoever if they were in there other than Joe Biden. I don't believe that. They're both Democrats. Rhinos, as they say. But for like Vivek and DeSantis, that's better than Biden. If you don't think so, you're an idiot. And And that should be an easy answer, but Dave Rubin, he's a grifter. I mean, he just, like, I remember, God, what was that? I guess roughly a year ago, he had Trump on, praising Trump, all that stuff. Does it for the clicks, does it for the views. Same thing with, like, Ben Shapiro and all. They loved Trump not too long ago because they could use him for views, they can use him for clicks. And that's what everybody's about nowadays. Even people that I kind of like and respect, it's like at the end of it, it's like, bro, have just an original thought. Have your own opinion. You might lose some viewers, but but that's what people do. They got to do what they got to do to get the clicks, got to get the views. And it's a shame. You know, there are some people that do tell it like it is. You got to give credit where credit is due, but not enough. Needs to be more. And I always told you guys from the beginning this. I'm a mechanic. I work on cars. I don't do the whole influencer thing. It's you know, I bought a mic, I bought a webcam, and I talk. I see things, and it pretty much just channels me regurgitating what I hear on the news. I'm not a journalist. Didn't go to school for it. Didn't intern at Fox News or anywhere. It's just a mechanic seeing what's going on in America, dealing with what you guys deal with, and saying things. And that's how it should be. And if people don't like me for that, then that's too bad. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you guys want to support the channel, I appreciate it. We were going exclusively over to Rumble. Rumble is the place to be. Rumble is linked in the description below. If you're watching on Rumble, I do appreciate you guys hitting the subscribe button and the like button. It does help with the algorithms and all that. Trying to build a little base over there. I'm trying to get off of YouTube. Help me. It's almost like begging you, help me get off YouTube. And I always said if my numbers were ever to surpass YouTube on Rumble, boom, YouTube's gone. But look, I'm a still growing channel, so I need things like YouTube and some of these other channels. I wish I didn't need to. I really don't. I hate that I got to rely on that, but I do, unfortunately, to grow the channel a bit. But again, I would love to see some growth on Rumble. So like and subscribe if you guys are over there, and we're gonna head over to Rumble exclusively right now. Appreciate you guys watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. Head over to Rumble.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Millions of Americans sincerely love Donald Trump. They love him in spite of everything